Have you ever looked at the palm of your hand and noticed a mark shaped like a crescent moon? Maybe you brushed it off as a simple skin fold, something random or insignificant. But according to Buddhist teachings and ancient Asian spiritual traditions, this mark holds far more meaning than it seems. It's believed to be a sign that your soul carries a special mission, and that 2025 will be a year of powerful revelations for those who bear this symbol. The crescent moon represents expansion, awakening, and spiritual transition. When it appears etched into someone's palm, it's as if the universe is softly whispering, "You are ready for the next stage." No matter what your life has looked like up until now, if you have this mark, something deeply transformative is on the horizon. Monks teach that this is a rare energetic imprint, found only on those who are about to undergo significant changes, spiritually, emotionally, and even materially. In this video, we'll reveal 6 powerful shifts that could unfold in your life in 2025 if you carry this sacred symbol. We'll explore internal transformations, revelations from past lives, the awakening of hidden gifts, and changes that could redirect your path entirely. Even if your mind doesn't fully grasp the meaning yet, your soul already knows. And it's trying to get your attention. If this message resonates with something deep within you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell, so you don't miss the next signs from the universe. And in the comments, write, "I accept the awakening of my soul." This affirmation opens doors, because when you acknowledge the sign, the universe responds. In Buddhism and many esoteric Eastern paths, the body is viewed as a mirror of the soul. Nothing appears by accident. Marks, lines, spots, and symbols are messages, waiting to be understood by those who are spiritually attuned. One of the most mysterious and rare of these signs is the crescent moon on the palm, a soft, curved line often mistaken for a simple crease or fold. But when this mark is present, monks believe it reveals something extraordinary about the person who carries it. The crescent moon symbolizes spiritual rebirth, expansion of consciousness, and readiness for a new evolutionary stage. On the palm, it serves as an energetic seal, indicating that the individual is approaching a time of profound inner revelations, when forgotten truths, past life wisdom, or a long-dormant soul mission may finally rise to the surface. This is a quiet but powerful calling. Buddhist masters say this mark doesn't appear on just anyone. It's most often seen on those who are completing a cycle of repeated suffering, often without knowing why, and are now preparing to step into a phase of clarity, peace, and alignment with Dharma, the spiritual path. It doesn't mean the road ahead will be easy, but it does mean your soul has gained the strength needed to face what's coming and grow through it. If you carry this symbol, don't overlook it. It's not just a line, it's a reflection of your soul's transformation. And in 2025, this transformation will accelerate more than ever before. The time of confusion is ending. What comes next is a time of deep listening, expansion, and surrender. Those with the crescent moon in their palm walk with light on their path. The first shift that usually begins for those with this mark is something unseen, yet unmistakably felt: spiritual awakening. Suddenly, things that once felt normal begin to feel heavy or meaningless. Repetitive patterns, superficial relationships, draining environments. Everything begins to feel too small for a soul that's ready to grow. You may feel an unexplained urge to isolate, to reflect, to embrace silence. Because what you're hearing is the voice of your own soul calling you inward, an inner call that can no longer be ignored. This awakening doesn't burst in like fireworks. It arrives quietly, like a soft but persistent discomfort that pushes you deeper into yourself. And in that descent, something magical happens. You begin to remember who you truly are. As your spiritual awakening deepens, something remarkable happens. Your intuition sharpens. You begin to sense things more clearly, pick up on subtle energies, and notice signs that once seemed like coincidences but now feel intentional. The universe starts speaking directly to you, through dreams, sensations, encounters, and messages that seem too perfect to be random. The veil that once blurred your vision begins to lift. And with that clarity comes the second revelation: the release of a karmic cycle. You might notice that something repetitive in your life, perhaps a long-standing pain, a recurring failure, or a relationship that always circled back to the same place, is finally coming to an end. This is not by chance. The crescent moon on your palm is a sign that your soul has already learned the lesson it needed. Now it's time to let go, to forgive, to break the pattern, and to free yourself from an old energetic contract that once held you in place. This release can take many forms: emotional, spiritual, or even physical, but it often arrives with intensity. And yes, it might hurt. The ego resists change. But what follows is profound. Peace, clarity, and a sense of lightness. This is the true beginning of your soul's journey. Those who carry the moon mark are not here to relive old stories. They are here to break cycles and light the way forward. And in 2025, that transformation will unfold faster and deeper than ever before. Trust this process. Because when one cycle ends, a new one begins. Maybe as you hear these words about awakening and the breaking of karmic ties, you feel something stir inside. A memory, a shiver, a longing to understand more. That's not a coincidence. Many who bear this symbol are already experiencing the first signs of transformation, often without even realizing it. Have you recently felt tired of the same conversations, places, or routines? Do certain habits or environments suddenly feel hollow or out of sync? Are you craving more silence, questioning life more deeply, or feeling nostalgic for something you can't quite name? These are the quiet symptoms of a transformation that begins, not outside, but in the heart. People going through this phase often report vivid dreams, heightened intuition, or an unexplained pull to change their life, even without knowing what comes next. Others start to notice repeated numbers, signs in nature, chance encounters, or messages that feel tailor-made just for them. If any of this sounds familiar, the awakening may already be in motion. The crescent moon is simply an outer confirmation of an inner shift that's already begun. Yes, this phase can be confusing, but it's also deeply magical. It's like the layers of illusion are being gently peeled away. And the more you allow yourself to feel, the more answers begin to surface. Pay attention, because once the signs start, they won't stop. What comes next is even deeper. After spiritual awakening and the release of karmic patterns, something long dormant begins to rise. Your gifts. Those with the crescent moon on their palm often possess special sensitivities from a young age. Strong intuition, energetic awareness, healing abilities, artistic talent, or even a natural connection to the unseen. But for many, these gifts were buried, ignored, or dismissed as fantasy. Now, in 2025, they begin to awaken with strength. You may start dreaming of symbols, sensing emotions more deeply, anticipating events before they happen, or feeling a sudden pull towards spiritual studies, meditation, astrology, energy healing, or other mystical paths. This is no accident. These abilities are surfacing because they are part of your purpose. They aren't learned, they're remembered. Like echoes of past lives rising to the surface, now ready to be lived with conscious intention. And that leads to the fourth revelation. A shift in life purpose. Many who carry this mark will feel, in 2025, an undeniable urge to begin again. To change careers, move to a new place, shift routines, or completely redefine how they live. But this time, it's not out of confusion or dissatisfaction. It's because they finally see the truth of who they are and why they're here. The soul begins to guide you toward a new direction, one more deeply connected to service, healing, and inspiration. At first, it may feel unsettling, as this path asks you to step beyond your comfort zone. But that discomfort is actually an invitation, an opening into a life filled with more meaning, authenticity, and spiritual alignment. You may feel as though you're outgrowing your old world, and that's exactly what's supposed to happen. The crescent moon on your palm doesn't appear by chance. It shows up when the soul is ready to remember its true essence and purpose. Your gifts are your tools. Your purpose is the map. And when these two align, life shifts from mere survival to becoming a radiant path of inner light. As your gifts awaken and your purpose begins to transform, life itself starts to speak differently. You may already sense it, even if you haven't found the words yet. There's a subtle shift within, a discomfort with what once felt comfortable. a desire to distance yourself from certain people or environments, without fully understanding why. A pull towards something new, even if you don't know what that something is. Many people describe the early stages of transformation as a strange but peaceful emptiness, like something old is being cleared out to make space for something greater. You might feel calm amidst chaos, or find yourself wondering, I don't know who I am anymore, but I know I'm not who I used to be. If this resonates, your energy is already shifting. Your gifts are awakening and reshaping how you see the world, what you're drawn to, what you tolerate, what you crave. You may feel more selective, more intuitive, more sensitive. Superficial conversations exhaust you. Crowded spaces drain you. And instead, your soul seeks stillness, nature, and truth. Perhaps you felt a renewed desire to return to spiritual studies, to learn something mystical, or even to teach, create, or heal, using your hands, your voice, your presence. Even if you don't yet know how to begin, the calling is already rising within you. This is the turning point. Life begins to ask, will you ignore this inner call, or start listening more closely? Because once you do, the signs multiply. Synchronicities become clearer. Paths begin to unfold. And here's the beautiful part. You don't have to force anything. Just accept that something new is being born within you, and trust the pace of this transformation. One of the easiest signs that you're undergoing this spiritual shift is the arrival of someone who changes the way you think. This person might not look like a spiritual master in white robes or a guru from a distant land. They might come as a friend, a stranger, a passing conversation, or even a video you randomly click on. But something about the moment lights a fire inside you, and life is never quite the same again. These encounters are more common and more powerful than we realize. Sometimes, it's a brief connection that leaves a lasting impression. Other times, it's a friendship that forms out of nowhere but brings exactly the insights, encouragement, and clarity you've been needing. The universe speaks through people. And when your soul is open, the messages arrive with stunning clarity. You might find yourself drawn to topics you used to ignore, or feel like someone is mirroring your inner thoughts, putting words to feelings you couldn't yet explain. These moments are not coincidences. They are awakenings. And once they begin, there's no going back. Your awareness expands. Your intuition confirms. And life begins to shift in profound ways. For those who carry the crescent moon on their palm, these small moments often spark the deepest transformations. So pay attention to casual encounters, to past words that touch your soul, to the content that unexpectedly stirs something inside you. These are all signs. And when you're truly ready, the universe will send the message through the last person you'd expect. Maybe you've already noticed it. Strangers saying exactly what you needed to hear. A random video with a title that feels like it was meant just for you. A long-forgotten book that answers the question you've been quietly holding in your heart. These aren't coincidences. This is synchronicity. When you begin to align with your soul's purpose, the universe no longer needs to shout. It begins to whisper. Delicate, persistent, unmistakable. And the more you listen, the more clearly you'll hear. Life becomes a mirror of your inner state. What you feel inside begins to appear in your external world. Encounters, phrases, opportunities, even challenges, all become part of your awakening. It's common to look back and think, that person showed up for a reason. That video changed my direction. That conversation was the turning point. That's the magic of awakening, when you stop believing in coincidence and start trusting the flow. And that's when you finally understand, nothing reaches you by mistake. Every moment on your path has meaning, even the brief encounters, quiet nudges, and subtle messages. So if you've been feeling like things are strangely aligning lately, don't resist it. Just observe, appreciate, and take note. Because the more you show the universe that you're paying attention, the more it will trust you with clearer guidance. And the more consciously you walk this path, the lighter your soul becomes. This is what it means to live in alignment, to follow signs that seem small, yet lead you exactly where you're meant to be. In every true transformation, There comes a moment when the universe stops sending signs and waits, waiting for your response. That response is a decision. It might seem simple, saying yes or no, staying or going, embracing something new or holding on to the familiar. But beneath that moment is a powerful energetic crossroads. And the path you choose could shift the direction of your entire year. Those with the moon mark on their palm often face these pivotal decisions. Not just once, but again and again. Choices between living on autopilot or stepping into truth. These choices are rarely easy, because they ask you to let go of a place, a habit, a relationship, or even an old way of thinking. But this isn't a punishment. It's a gift. It's the universe saying, "You've awakened. Now show you're ready to live with awareness." And when that decision comes, it may arrive quietly, almost unnoticed. But you'll feel it. Your heart will beat differently. Your mind may hesitate, but your soul will know. And most importantly, there is no right or wrong choice. There's only the path that aligns with who you're becoming. Choose out of fear, and you repeat the past. Choose with courage, and you unlock new possibilities. This sixth revelation is your turning point. It's not the end of your journey. It's the beginning of a brand new cycle. The moon mark is more than a symbol. It's a reminder that you have free will, awareness, and the power to shape your reality. The choice you make next might not change the entire world, but it will change yours. And that's everything. By now, your mind might be spinning, your heart stirred. Maybe it felt like every word here was written just for you. Or maybe a quiet voice inside is asking, "Does this really apply to me?" The answer is already within you. If you've made it this far, some part of you knows this truth. And that recognition, that's the beginning of change. You don't need someone else to validate your feelings. You don't need permission to shift. You already know. Everything shared here isn't a fixed formula. It's not a prediction. It's a mirror, a reminder, an internal compass pointing you home. And now comes the most important question. Are you willing to live as the new version of yourself? Transformation doesn't happen all at once. It comes in waves. First within, then around you. First in how you see, then in how you act. What changes your life isn't the signs themselves. It's what you do with them. So starting now, observe more, feel more, trust more. Begin, step by step, to align your choices with the person you're becoming. That's the real miracle. When the invisible begins to shift the visible. The moon mark on your palm may be rare, but what it awakens within you is eternal. It's your essence. And now that you've heard the call, the path ahead will keep revealing itself, because those who recognize their own light, even in silence, are already ready to take the next step. If you've made it this far, understand this clearly. This message didn't find you by accident. Maybe you don't have all the answers yet. Maybe you're in that in-between space, the old trying to hold on, and the new gently asking to emerge. But what's certain is this: you are on the path. And this path doesn't demand speed. It asks for presence. Simply listening, reflecting, and allowing yourself to feel is already the first step of true transformation. Whether the moon mark is etched on your hand or simply vibrating in your energy field, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you are now aware. And once awareness awakens, life doesn't go back to how it was. The world may look the same, but you are not. And that changes everything. If this message touched something within you, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this video with someone who needs to hear these silent truths too. Sometimes a single message, heard at just the right moment, can ignite the spark that changes everything. And in the comments, write, "I accept the truth that already lives within me." By doing so, you're not just acknowledging what you feel, you're honoring your journey. Because in the end, it's not what we hear that transforms us. It's what we allow to awaken.